What's going on, my crew? This is Rusty. Welcome to another episode of Rusty Builds, Talks, Hangs Out, Chills, Plays, all that good stuff. Today, I'm not sure what I want to do. I have been thinking a little bit about doing something on the inside. I'm not quite sure. Last episode, we were continuing beautifying the place, and what we've been doing the last couple episodes has been really great, and we at least need to take a second to admire what we've done. We have gone ahead and built in a little path through this mountain here. That way we have a way to get to Fuzzy's place, or at least the portal between us. We've made a little path for ourselves. I haven't been able to see it at night, so we're gonna have to do that, and filled our area with beautiful cherry blossoms, which I do love. So, on that note, on this side, a little bit different. We're lacking a lot, because we have, a lot of stuff that we need to do to make this blend, I would say, a little bit better. One of the things that I'm noticing is that we've got the sandy area here. Kind of goes up, and it's weird. It's a very weird, odd place to have this stuff going on. And then, we're back into the hilly areas over this way. My cat is trying to remove my headphones, and just successfully did. Give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. So I think we gotta start by clearing out the bamboo. I want to get started on the inside, doing some interior decorating, but I kind of feel like I need to do that on the stream, because I'm going to be way too distracted if I do it here to chat. And today, I want to chat a little bit about something I've been thinking a lot about, and really having a hard time with. And it's something actually that pushed me to many years ago now, seek some assistance and help, and pushed me to take my mental health a lot more serious. And that is my weird and strange addiction to sleep, to being in bed. Something that I've been working on trying to crack the code for a long time. It really, interestingly enough, started when I purchased my house. So I got this house and started living on my own, and that, you would think, would be a huge accomplishment. And for me, because I had lived with my parents up until that point, it was an even bigger change, because now I was officially independent and on my own. But interestingly enough, I started having a pretty big issue happen. I started having a issue where I kept wanting to sleep. And sleep. And sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. And well, let me give you an example. Yesterday, after work, I came home and I decided that I wanted to just take a nap. Because when I work on Saturdays, I only really work like a half a day. So I got home at 4 o'clock. And ended up sleeping until 7. But the problem is that when I woke up, I didn't feel refreshed and ready to take on my day. I felt tired, and there's a bunch of reasons for that maybe at some point we can talk about. But and then I slept some more, and then I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and kind of felt refreshed. But I was like, well, now if I get up, I am going to really have a rough day on Sunday, and then I'm going to have a rough day on Monday, and it's just not worth it. So I had to really ask myself what I wanted to do, and so I said, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to go back to bed, go back to sleep. So I slept 12 hours, a little over 12 hours, actually 13 hours, roughly, yesterday. Not good. Not a great, thing to be doing, if you want, if you want to take your health seriously, you should be careful. I can tell you I'm still tired. Still feeling a little bit sleepy. So what's going on? Like, what, is there something wrong with me? Am I having health issues? So this has been the way things have been for me. Ever since I got my house. And, ooh, we're gonna have to keep an eye on this. Yikes. That could drain pretty quick. And then we won't have our shovel anymore. Oh, and there's just like so much to get done. Thankfully we've got a nether or end experience thing that I can go charge up with this thing. So yeah, I essentially ended up going and a while ago seeking some mental health expertise. And what we've kind of uncovered, and this is a difficult thing and a very personal sort of journey, so you can't take this and apply it to everything, right? For me, it seems to be that this tiredness is related to psychosomatic behavior. Let's see. What are we looking like? Ooh, I like that. Just the right amount of light. Beautiful. Alright, let's go sleep the rain away. Psychosomatic behavior. So whenever I have work to do, have stuff on my plate that I need to get done, I very quickly get tired, and it makes me go to sleep. And so, by extension, I ignore the things that I need to do. Instead of being able to just straight up work on things until I get... Yeah, we should drop off this sand. Being able to work on things, you know, like normally I used to do back in the day. From, we'll say, like, is that a skeleton? Oh, it is. From, the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, being able to do something. So when I get home, at the end of most days, I take a shower and then I go get in bed. Now, I've told you guys that I would really like to stream more, and this is what I fight up. Let's start that over. I've told you guys that I wanted to stream more, and this is what I fight against. Most days. I fight against having to cope with the really the urge to go to sleep as soon as I get home. And I think what I am really finding myself being frustrated with is I want to live my life. I want to do things and find... Ooh. All right. Let's go to the end and fix up our shovel. Did we get everything? I think so. I want to be able to make the most out of my day. And I feel like I can't when I am having to deal with so much tiredness. So yeah, I've been really struggling with this sort of thing for a good amount of time, and I think one thing that I am finding is that I really want to be able to do a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not able to because of this. And it's just something where it's a silent sort of struggle a lot of times, because when I was working from home, you know, I got Twitch affiliate. I have it right now. I can go on Twitch. I can stream when I get home every day for at least an hour, we'll say. And I can potentially get a very small but meaningful income streaming. And I can't. And the reason why I can't is very frustrating, because I get home and I get tired and I convince myself to go to sleep, to get in bed and go to, like, and a lot of times, this is the tough thing, a lot of times I don't sleep. A lot of times I end up laying in bed playing a game on my phone. And I don't really want to be, you know, streaming. I don't really want to do a lot of these things. Don't want to paint. Don't want to even make an episode a lot of times. Don't want to build. Don't want to play a video game that's really intense. Don't want to cook. Don't want to clean. It's hard to explain. And it's very frustrating. Because you know, you feel guilty. I feel very guilty a lot of days for not being able to do those things. For not being able to show up for myself. I can show up for other people. I can get to work. I can do my job. But then once I get home, I'm not able to. And when I was working from home, same thing, but worse. Because then I really had no excuse. It's not like I worked a full day. You know, in obviously symptoms of depression, right? Like that's you know, the obvious thing there. But what I've found that's really interesting, and I want to play with this idea a little bit more for myself, is I'm finding that I'm trying to remind myself that when I'm done, I'll always be able to get in bed and go to sleep at some point during the day. That, you know, no matter what I do, that's how I'm going to end the day. And just reminding myself of that. that, you know, yeah, I get it. I really want to get in bed and just relax and sleep. But I'll be able to do that. Every day, at some point, it's gonna, when the day's over, finally, when I've truly spent the energy, I'll be able to get in that bed and curl up next to my cat and fall asleep. Even play the game that I like to play while I'm in bed. But even that, right? Like, there's a lot of unhealthy habits that go along with this addiction, I'm gonna call it, my strange addiction to being in bed and sleeping. One bad habit is that I'm not able to be active as much as I want to be. So when I get home, what I'd love to do, what my dream would be, is to go for a walk. Because that will help re-energize myself and say, okay, you know what? You're home now. This is great. Let's switch things up and get some energy back in. Let's go for a walk and get that energy back up. But I don't. Get home, go right into the shower. The other unhealthy habit is I sit and watch YouTube videos in bed, which is not in and of itself an unhealthy habit necessarily, but I don't actually get to sleep. So my body's saying, hey, we're tired. And if that really was the case, I should be putting on something, maybe some like binaural beats, something like that, ASMR. If I put on anything, close my eyes, get to sleep, so that the next day I can be refreshed and ready for the morning, ready for the next day. Yeah. The other unhealthy habit is, because of all of this, in the morning, waking up is not as easy as just get up and get to where I need to go. Oh, we got a wandering trader. Don't care. You got nothing for me. So, oh my god. Go kill the wandering trader. So, here I am. I wake up. I should be, you know, my alarm goes off at 6. Because that's when I want to wake up. What I've realized for myself, that I can cook myself breakfast pretty well. And get out of the house at a reasonable time. And be able to not feel rushed driving to work. And just be ready for the day. And what ends up happening is I get to work sometimes a little bit later than I want to. And I have to cook my breakfast at work. I'm super rushed, not ready to get into work. Just kind of fumbling around and trying to get myself to the point where, you know, I can get into it. And it really is kind of crazy, because all of this leads to these unhealthy habits are all a cause of this strange addiction that I seem to have towards being in bed, wanting to sleep, and not being able to, you know, get myself up and out. And like, you know, there are some days that I can be really not so nice to myself and think, what could I accomplish and who could I be if I would just not be doing this? Like, you know, that Shia LaBeouf meme, right? That the just do it meme. That's how I feel a lot of days, and I really, really berate myself. Whoa, we have like so much sand. We're gonna have to create something out of glass with this. Maybe I'll start a glass shop, because this is nuts. I didn't think that there was gonna be this much sand. But you know what? Actually, no, because I wanna work on getting some stuff beached out around here. Yeah, putting some more beach stuff. Ah! Oh, he's solo. Get wrecked. Mm-hmm. So how am I able to, you know, be up and about today? Like, what's the difference? What's making me get up and do this video? Well, I did not go to work today. That's one factor that kind of helps sometimes. The other factor that I found is a truly big factor is pushing myself. Saying, all right, I know, because I wanted to take a nap today. I was almost dead set on doing that. And I didn't, because I listened to, there's a YouTuber that I really like. His name's Heinz, like hindsight, but with a Z. And he does these creative streams, where he streams and you work as he works, and kind of like a Pomodoro, which is like you do an hour and then rest for 5 minutes, and it really depends on what you want to do, but the idea is you work for an allotted time and then you take a break. And so I was like literally about to take a nap and listen to that, and I was like, you know what, let me work through this, and ended up getting my dishes done, ended up cleaning up my house, and now I'm ready to go. I am like feeling good, feeling like I can get some stuff done, move forward, you know? And that, to me, is what can be pretty interesting about this struggle that I have. Because it really acts mostly as an addiction rather than as something that is, you know, a genuine tiredness. And there's some factors too that really contribute a lot to this. Like, I deal with dry eyes sometimes, and I have a hard time actually feeling. It's hard to explain. Like, tiredness can be kind of an emotion, believe it or not. And so if you can't really recognize the difference between tired and, say, bored, then you actually can improperly identify tiredness, or boredom rather, as tiredness. And so you could, you know, be someone who's like, oh, I'm feeling bored right now. But for me, I have a hard time distinguishing between tiredness and being bored. And so I could be bored and very easily just fall asleep, and, you know, I don't see a difference. So sometimes I'm like, okay. And my fiance is actually really good at identifying when this is happening, because there's been a couple times where I've been like, oh, I'm really tired, and she's like, I think you're probably just bored. Let's go do something. So, yeah, I I have a lot of things to work on with that, and I think this revelation, if you will, that I came to today about remembering that I am going to be able to take that time to fall asleep at the end of my day. Regardless of what I'm doing, regardless of where I'm at in life, I can actually find solace in that. In not, I think, and I hope, I see that creeper trying to blend in. I can actually find solace in that a little bit, I'm hoping. And start to discover ways that I can push myself a little bit every day to work on not being controlled by this. Because you have to sleep. So I can't just choose to stop sleeping. And sometimes we genuinely are tired. So what do you do in that scenario? So for me, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to work on just identifying those times when I'm bored and reminding myself that I will be able to get in bed and curl up and cozy up with my kitty at some point. And on cue, look at that. We got that sand collected. So now I can build up some beach around this area and fill in this massive hole that I made. But maybe we can do something with it too. I don't want the like sand here. Sandstone. Whoa. But maybe we can kind of make something out of this. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, this is a big gap. Wow. Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out, chilling with me. I probably should say this at the beginning of the episode to kind of get people ready for it, but this is a good time when you're hanging out with me to take out a drawing pad, whatever you like to do that's creative, and just kind of work on it while I'm talking. And let this be a chill spot for you to be inspired and hang out with me. We got a whole large chest full of sand, so that's pretty cool. I'd like to build kind of a land bridge over here and do some other things, but that'll be on the next episode. Until then, guys, happy mining and crafting. Bye-bye.